graduates accounted for? Around? Michelle, we got everybody here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, well, welcome everybody to graduation for Cohort 72 of the Amazon Mechatronics and Robotics Apprenticeship Program. We're really glad to be able to celebrate this with our graduates, celebrate it with our faculty and staff, celebrate it with our employer partners, celebrate it with all of our guests that we have here today. And celebrate it also with our guests who are online. We very much appreciate folks who zoom into this ceremony, who are family members, friends, but also management at the various FCs who sponsor apprentices into this program. My name is Dave Tucker. I'm Vice President for Workforce Development and Community Services here at Vincennes University. I've been with the university for 20 years now. I've been involved in all of our ramp up of technical training over the last 15 years. And I get to work on really fun projects every day. But the one that I have the most fun with is this Amazon Apprenticeship Program. It's one of the most exciting programs that Vincennes University has ever brought here to the university. It's one of the most intense training programs that we run. I think all of our graduates can attest to that. And maybe some of you family members who received phone calls over the last 9 weeks have heard about that. I know our faculty members hear about that too. But it's a great program. A little bit of background. I'm not sure all the graduates know about this. I'm sure the family members are not aware. Back in the spring of 2019, we at VU had been reaching out to Amazon for a good long while because we've been in technical training. We thought that what we did was something that would make sense for Amazon to train in automation and robotics, and happened to get a call from the head of North American Maintenance and Reliability. Gave me 30 minutes to talk to him about what we were doing. And at the end of that 30 minutes, he said, I think there's a guy out in Seattle who's working on a project similar to this. And so from about April of 2019 to October of 2019, we worked with Amazon and developed the Mechatronics and Robotics Apprenticeship Program. In October, we had our first cohort of apprentices studying with us. It was all up in the Indianapolis area, so we developed a program to support a facility called Indy 9, and we worked through all of that. But in the process, what Amazon recognized was, hey, look, we can do this kind of one facility at a time. We can do this a cohort that's going to take 2 years at a time, but it isn't going to get us close to the number of technicians that we're going to need in the near future. So we went back to the table, revamped the program, turned it into a 12-week format at the time, and started bringing students here to Vincennes campus. So in May of 2020, and many of you may remember, probably not fondly, what was going on in May of 2020. We were in the middle of a pandemic. The university was actually shut down. We were not even holding classes in person. But Amazon and we committed to running classes, doing them safely, and getting this program going here, which we did. That was cohort 1 in May of 2020, and here we are in April of 2026, and we're graduating cohort 72. We are really, really proud of this program, but we hope that all of you graduates and all of you friends and family members are really proud of the accomplishment that all of you've done in the last 9 weeks. It is hard to get through. It's a lot of work, and all of you have persevered. The reports that I get from leadership in this program is this was a particularly great class. Your test scores, your achievements have been really fantastic. I am always interested in students who do super outstanding, and we're gonna recognize one of those students here today as part of this graduation. But what I'm most interested in is when a class comes down, everybody who starts finishes. And everybody who finishes with all of the certifications that we set out to do. And you as a class have gone even more than that. Many of you picked up even one more additional certification over the ones that are required in this class. That bodes very well for all of you. I think it bodes very well for Amazon, because that's the kind of demonstration of you wanting to be out in front as far as your skills are concerned, and as far as the demands of what your jobs are going to be. And if you think that what you've learned here in 9 weeks is going to equip you to be an automation tech for the next 9 months, probably so. But if you talk about 12 months, you talk about 18 months, you talk about 5 years from now, there's going to be so much more technology in your buildings, and it's going to be so much more sophisticated. And so continue to learn, continue to grow, and you've got a great future ahead of you. With that, every graduation that we have, we think is not complete without hearing from student speakers, representatives of this class that can reflect back on the experiences that they've had with their fellow classmates. And so we've got 3 speakers today from the class, and number one, I'd like to introduce Collette. Collette.
First and foremost, I want to thank God because I really spoke this out in the universe and Cohort had so much. So thank God. And my mother, my number one fan, she never failed to tell me how proud she is. Today isn't just about finishing the program. It's about growth, discipline, and becoming something better, something great. When I first entered the program, I had no clue what to expect. All I knew was I was ready to learn, ready to work hard, and ready to build a better future for myself. There were many challenges, long days, tough concepts, and moments I thought, I don't know. But we showed up every day, we stayed consistent, and we gave it all. Through hands-on experience, learning formulas, reading difficult wire diagrams, and taking measurements in series and parallels and so confused, right? And at the same time, being very frustrated when I laugh on it, right? So through it all, we developed real-world skills and foundations that carry us into our new careers. But more importantly, we build confidence in ourselves. And to Cohort 72, this is just the beginning. The skills we learn are tools. It's up to us to keep sharpening. Stay hungry, stay focused, and never stop learning. To the instructors, thank you for your knowledge, your patience. We appreciate it so much. Thank you for believing us, even when we gather ourselves. So that we don't just walk away with certificates. We walk away with new friendships, and we step into our professional. We step into our careers as new professionals. Sorry. Yeah. Congratulations, y'all. We did it.
All right. Thank you, Collette. Let's hear it one more time. Great speech. Possibly the smartest dressed graduation speaker we've ever had. And but thank you, Collette. The next speaker that we have from the class is Rivera. Zion.
Right, well, they're right. Yeah, exactly. Bigger role. So saying good morning to all that came out to visit us, and those of us that are doing here in Zoom, can't speak, watch my way. I hope all is well. I wanted to give thanks to God as well, and for giving all of us this opportunity. I've stated to a lot of people that I probably wasn't going to be part of this cohort. I rushed it to come out here. So grateful to it. It really changed. Cohort 72 has been an amazing group to get to know. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to Wesley. Thank you to Larry. Thank you to Doc. Thank you to Charles. Thank you to Dan. And thank you to Charlie. You up and coming mentor. Thank you, Charlie. All of you guys have had an amazing impact on me, and you guys have always passed down your knowledge and experiences and taught me a lot. So a lesson that we take away from this will be something that helps us write the next chapter. The start of this journey was nothing compared to what I expected. I saw it as sink or swim, a solo journey in school, study, eat, sleep, repeat. Quickly that changed. From the moment that we sat down and began this tidal wave of information vacation, as I like to call it, I saw us sink or swim together. I'm glad that I got to see firsthand how teamwork is built. No man left behind. I thought that I would be back at the desk forgetting how to write my keys like I was when I was 13. Lost. Forgetting the simple things. Luckily, I wasn't alone. We jumped at the opportunities to ask questions and get solutions. I have no doubt that all of you will succeed in the days to come. Hopefully, this is something that you guys can take away and build on your lives. Make sure that you remember one thing. Slow down, ask questions. We're all continuing on this journey together, but also in our own buildings, we're going to have a lot of mentors. Hopefully some as good as you as possible. Some of those early mornings were rough, half asleep, while getting bombarded with info, made for a tough reality check. Thankfully, Wesley was there to kind of break the ice, give us some smiles, raise the energy. So shout out to Wesley, because that man, he has the heart for this job. Thank you for all the good that you brought to those classes. He's an embodiment of a great mentor, and it shows me that VU actually embodies the values that they speak on. Excellence, hard work, teamwork. Thank you, Wesley, for always having the integrity to push the needle forward. I don't think that any of us were expecting the first week to be so much. And a special shout out to the Beast, aka Scott, the man, the myth, the legend, for always rocking ACDC and teaching us something that we already learned 5 times, but my brain just could not comprehend. I will never forget this special place. It's small, yet mighty, bold, and abundant. Lafayette. This place got us through a lot of laughs and great vibes, and every day has been La Fiesta in one way or another with this group. Cohorts before us said it will be said again and again. Beware of cutters. What a place, but what made it even more amazing was our final hoorah. So thank you to everybody who came out and actually shared some laughs, some memories, and broke down a little bit of our walls because it was a long night. There's lots of laughs and abundance that night. We made some good friendships and yet so many good people in one way or another. I wish you well. I want to leave you with one of my favorite reminders. The best is yet to come. So embrace tomorrow and live today. Remember, stay groovy.
All right, thank you, Zion. Another great graduation speech. You guys are exceeding expectations today. For friends and family members here and for folks on Zoom, I want you to know that Cutters is an annex to the Vincennes University Library. And so I think Zion was referring to one last really intense study session that's really put in to make sure that they got through the last of the certifications. And I will leave it to the class members, the graduates, to explain more about that outside of this formal ceremony. The third speaker that we have today is Greg Johnson. Greg?
All right, I want to start this off with a huge thank you to our instructors, especially Wesley. The knowledge and patience you showed us was more than we could ask for. Taking the time to explain equations and theories and answer our dumb questions. We will forever appreciate it. Some of us may consider these 2 months as a waste of time or a stepping stone. Others considered it a monumental challenge, and were unsure if we could even accomplish it. The only constant was to be at class at 7:45, which I don't know that. Go to lunch at 10:45, also ridiculous. And hope that you were in the first lab group so you can leave at 5. We came from different places, not just physical locations, but in different stages of our lives. Some of us have kids and house payments, others got out of high school 2 years ago and are getting a head start on life. Others like me are in an in-between stage in life. I was stocking shelves at Target for $16 an hour, part-time, 6 months ago. And I hated every second of it. Now I'm here with health insurance and stocks and Amazon. So that's, but we came here as equals. Whether you struggled the entire way like me or flew through without breaking a sweat and displaying a smile like ours. Either way, everyone took that 9 weeks out of their life was tremendously brave and deserved this moment. Speaking of brave, I want to personally shout out there. From day one, when I met you, you were unsure about this position, wondering if you made a mistake by changing from loss prevention. So worried about if you could do this, and I told you every time that you will succeed at whatever path you choose, and you just press off and kept pushing. Improving more and more, going from worried about passing a single stock out to being upset that you didn't get 100%. You stayed patient, sturdy, and kicked down every damn door that stood in the way. And frankly, impressed the hell out of me. So I am so beyond proud of you. I'm lucky to have you as a friend, and I couldn't have done this without you. One thing about Cohort 72 is we didn't leave anybody behind. I felt like I should have been kicked aside again. I wanted to quit every day. I didn't think that I deserved an opportunity like this to be in the same class as the smartest people I had ever met. Scott's name was literally Beast, so I didn't think I had a chance. It didn't make sense to me. Growing up in school, I was labeled a lost cause or a waste of time. I was ready to be the black sheep, and I was weak enough to believe. Up until recently in my life, I was okay with failure. Going through this program heightened those feelings and brought them back with a hot fire. Every time I felt that way, 72 would bring the water more than enough. More times than I can count, my classmates would take time to help me understand this. Sorry, it's like my first time reading this. It would take the time to help me understand and succeed. In some cases, to show passion and care. Whether it is Zion and I sharing life experiences, drunk and happy at Buffalo Wild Wings, or Jay being a true friend and instilling me confidence in me that I have to do. I never once felt like I was alone. Even on the night, my family had to put our dog down. I was 1,000 miles away, crying in my dorm room. Tyson brought me the California burrito from Lafayette. So I wouldn't be sad and hungry, which for a man of my size is, I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy. I can't express enough how much it meant to me, the time that I got with my classmates. You know, they could have been calling their families or getting much needed rest, but they used that to help someone that they barely knew understand something they had no business knowing. Brock spent an hour explaining a mathematical equation, which wasn't in the damn test that we took. I just got mad about that. So thank you, Brock. But anyways, I passed the test and I passed all of them. Not with impressive scores, but I passed, and we all did. As someone who struggled so hard, I could not have come close to doing that if I weren't for Cohort 72. From the bottom of my heart, I can't thank you guys. This university will move on without us like we weren't here, and we will go back home and build our lives or improve upon them. Wes and Larry will teach the next cohorts and so on. We probably won't talk to or see each other again. And yeah, that's pretty sad. But that doesn't take away the fact that for 9 short weeks, we depended on each other and helped one another like a good family. For 9 weeks, this group of strangers were each other's support system, and I hope I remember my time there. And I pray that I remember the names and the faces of the people that I relied. But I do know that I remember a few things, like how much I hated those dumbass scooters walking in the morning, how good the margaritas at Lafayette were, and how a group of certified technicians lift each other up and celebrate every victory we accomplished together. To end my speech, I wouldn't be me if I didn't force some modest mouse up against. So I feel like this lyric explains my time and feelings here pretty well. Bravery and stupidity go hand in hand. I guess that makes me the bravest man. I was quick to learn, but slow to understand. Well, what can you do? My theories are borrowed from somewhere else, and I never had anything to talk about. And you were real quick to point out that was borrowed.
Thanks again, Jerry. You know, and I think these 3 speeches are just a really clear expression of what a great class this has been. What kind of, what kind of cohesion this group, came together with and is leaving with. And so really, really appreciate those 3 student speeches today. One more hand for Collette, Zion, Drake. Really we've heard a lot of references by speakers to our staff of instructors that we have here in this program, and I want to repeat again the instructors that we have here on staff: Joshua Brett, Jason Grimmy, Charles Martin, Wesley Rohr, Dan Stanescu, and Larry Tennant, as well as our newest addition to the staff, Charlie English, who's also here today. Thanks again. We have these graduations for you, the graduates and your families and your leadership and your ability. We also have them for ourselves. This is a really great achievement for us to be able to graduate a class. Everybody succeeded. Everybody passed all their tests. Everybody's prepared to go out and go back to your FCs and start on the step 1 jobs. So it's really great for us to get to celebrate. I think the graduates can attest to the fact that, what we look for when we bring on instructors is a very unique set of talents. It's one thing to be able to be a teacher and open a book and put on PowerPoint presentations and be knowledgeable on a subject matter. And then also be able to take that knowledge and put that into students' brains as knowledge that you're going to be able to repeat. That's one thing, and that's one thing that all these instructors have to bring to this program. It's a whole other thing to be able to have these hands-on skills and be able to go into a lab and be able to demonstrate the things that you're going to have to be able to do with your hands when you get back to your SCs, and do that with knowledge, and also to do that with experience. And every one of our instructors brings hands-on experience from various jobs and industry, many of them over decades. They have been in that position when the line breaks down or the machine breaks down, and you got to get a tech in there to get that thing fixed. And it costs time and it costs money, and people are frustrated, and you got to do it right then. And everybody on this staff has that experience too, and brings that to what we do every day in this training program. And so I hope that what you've heard from the students and what you've heard from me, conveys what value this unique set of instructors brings to this program. And give one more round of applause to all of our instructors. And in addition to doing all that, they also do public speaking. So I'd like to invite one of our faculty members, Dan Stanescu, Dan the man, up here to
Well, here you are, with the completion of this journey, as you've been here. I've had a great time dealing with a lot of you in labs, a lot of discussions. Some of the lecture that we've been together. I want to leave you with 3 words. So, opportunity, drive, and focus. Opportunity. You were somewhere, someplace, doing something whenever this opportunity presented itself to you, however it was. And you stepped out there and committed to something that might have been unknown to you completely, getting into the technical world. Because as you remember some of our discussions, there's the machine and what it does, and you're the user, and now you're the technician. Now you know what's happening on the other side of that case, what's happening to the surface of the gears, what makes that thing work. You just crossed over another world. You will no longer see it the way you did for the this program. So it takes a lot to jump on that opportunity, some bravery, commitment, struggling through those things, those peaks and valleys. And also, they cared about the fellowship and camaraderie, helping the team out. That team mentality doesn't end here, right? You may not be together as a team after today, but you can still have those connections. And whenever you go to your new facilities, you can establish, and the idea is to get in with that team, make those connections there, commit to that team, build those relationships. If you're going to have a senior that you're working with, 2,000, 2,080 hours, something like that, build that relationship. Become part of that team. Become part of that team that is reliable, someone that they want there whenever it really counts. Okay? So opportunity. Drive. You've all shown great drive. Like I said, commitment to come here. Yes, it was coming at you hard and fast every day with no breathing. Some days it was 1 fire hose, some days it was 2 you're drinking from, right? I'm sure you all know what I mean whenever we're talking about that, and the frustration that comes along with that. And then also, at the end of the day, circling up in the dorms. Well, I heard a lot of comments on the WhatsApp about, hey, study session here, hey, we're going over this. Seeing students rehash information, going over it. That is super important because we all don't have the same strengths and the same weaknesses, but as we come together as a team, and I've said this many times in regards to maintenance, our strengths and weaknesses overlap in a way that make us stronger as a unit, as a team, than as individual parts. And that is going to serve you well into a course. So opportunity to drive and focus. That focus that you adopt to, some of you may have not been in school for a while or in training. This may have been your first time in school or in training. You've had to get that bike out, dust it off, get on it, and start riding. Remember, and then figure out how to give it extra gears on that bike if you're going down this path, right? You did. I know you did. I saw everybody in the commitment to it. That doesn't stop now. This is your base foundation of your technical career, your knowledge. This is your base. From here, it just continues to go up. And I wasn't with you that much, but I was with you enough that I know we had some safety discussions where we wove some of that stuff in about certain safety situations, real life stuff, kind of pull that into the discussion. And then also the evolution of technology and what that's going to mean to you in your career. The evolution of the technology in your career is going to be pretty quick. You're going to have to stay on it. And I'd like to, encourage you that if any training, any additional training pops up, jump on it. You're going to get trained and you're going to have to evolve with the equipment, whether you like it or not. That's just the way this thing works. So jump out there, get on the front side of the curve whenever it evolves, and be there with it. Embrace it, just like you did this training. I'll serve you and your team really well. Whenever things have jumped off the tracks and you find yourself, it's you and the bear, and you are in that hot seat, slow your mind down and focus on what you're doing, okay? And don't ever get in too big of a hurry to slow down for safety, okay? We've talked about this a number of times. That one little slip whenever the pressure's really on can cost you dearly and those around you, potentially your facility. Slow down. Don't ever get in too big of a hurry for safety. Be proud of what you've accomplished here. Seize every opportunity that they present in front of you. And much luck, and I wish you all much success going forward. Congratulations.
Thanks again, Dan. Thanks to all of our instructors here at BU in the MRA program. All of our workforce development programs are built on relationships with employers. Most of you knew about Amazon before you came here because you worked there. But who in the world doesn't know about Amazon, right? Both as for the services that they provide as a company, but also as an employer of hundreds of thousands of people around the country and around the globe. How many of you knew about Vincennes University before you came here, though? One? Okay, one person did. But by and large, we aren't a school with a national reputation. We aren't big on most people's radars when you think of higher education. But we have been working in this realm for a good long time around automation and robotics. But it's the employer partners who come to us and who partner with us to do this kind of training. And in addition to what we do, with Amazon, we're very proud of the fact that this little school in southwestern Indiana has partnered with other companies that do similar things like Walmart, and companies that are in manufacturing like Toyota and Subaru and Caterpillar, and companies that make big farm equipment like John Deere, people that make big diesel equipment like Cummins. These are all partners of ours, and we're very proud to be partnered with them, and we're proud of it because what we do is train people to go on the job. Our objective is that when you get out of here, it's not like you take a bunch of book learning and 6 months or a year from now, you think back about, oh yeah, I learned that, maybe I can apply it. You're going to apply it tomorrow. And that's what we work very hard to be in a position to do. We can't do that without working really closely with employer partners who can help us understand what is the set of skills that a Tech 1 needs. Next Monday, when you go on the job, for your first shift as a Tech 1. And so that takes lots of interaction. It takes lots of back and forth. And over the 6.5 years that we've been doing this program, there have been many, many innovations and changes that we've made in the midst of a cohort. And certainly changes that we've made at the end of a cohort or at the end of a year. And so we can't do this without very, very close involvement and a lot of generosity on behalf of our employers. There aren't a whole lot of training programs that are out there that put people into training, pay for the training, right? Put people into training, pay for their wages while they're in training, put people in training and pay for their housing and their food while they're in training. It takes a lot of resources and a big investment to get folks through. But I think we all recognize the value of that investment. And we're going to see it when you go on your first shift as a tech. We're going to see it as you evolve. But for Amazon and the third parties who also sponsor employees in this program, CBRE, CWS, and JLL, we can't thank you much. Thank you enough. But particularly Amazon, thanks so much. And we have a representative, our Amazon program manager, Jeff Dean's here today. He may have come the furthest from California.
We got one from Washington.
Do we? Two. Okay. So he's got the second farthest of folks for this graduation. But Jeff, we really appreciate your partnership. We really appreciate you being here today and words to graduate.
Absolutely. I'm kind of sad that I'm following all of those great speeches because I was back there, you know, got some dirt particles in my eye there, a couple seconds. And, my name is Jeff. I met you guys, probably 13 weeks ago now. We had our first auto call-ish. And I've been with Amazon for about 5.5 years. I started as an area maintenance manager. The folks that are going to be their bosses, that's what I did for 3.5 years in a building in California. They talked about the first cohorts that were coming through back in 2020, 2021. I was an area maintenance manager that received those folks coming back from RTI. The first thing is on the job. And I'll tell you what, it was crazy. It was the Wild West. Nobody really knew who they were. What's the MRA program? I don't know what to do. These are technicians here. Go work. Right? That's what we did because we didn't know. Now being on this side and being able to understand what the folks are going through. Congratulations. This is up. I think I told you on that first phone call that this was going to be hard. Right? Did I lie? Right? It is hard. But anything worth doing is. This is not just a job, right? This is now a career. We talked about it yesterday in our OJL discussion. The sky's the limit. You folks can go and do a lot of things, right, with this foundation. It's going to take more hard work, but you can get there. You've got folks from those classes from 2020, 2021 who are now maintenance managers, level 5 program managers, right? Because they started as an MRA, they have now promoted their way up through JLL, CBRE, Amazon, CWS. All of those companies have someone who started where you're at and now have made themselves got themselves a career, right? Benefits, retirement, their families are well off, right? So congratulations. Just thinking back some of the speeches, holy cow. The first thing I do after this, I'm going to message your maintenance manager, so just be aware of that. All of your maintenance managers are getting an email saying you graduated, you're coming back. And if they want your transcript, I'm going to send it to them. We should be having a discussion, hopefully that goes well. But for those three that spoke, I'm definitely going to mention how well you did at your speech and how you talked about your classmates, your new best friend, right? I said, that's going on. Everybody just met their new best friend, their 18 new best friends. So congratulations. You are a fraction of the population in this country, in this world, that can do what you do. There's only a fraction of people that can do what you do. So congratulations. Take this learning, like Greg said, right? I'm sorry. You're part of a team here, but when you go back to your facility, that's your new team, and you need to be able to cultivate that same kind of mentality with those folks that you lead. Okay? Yeah, you're an MRA, right? People are gonna look at you kind of like, you should do that, and girl, whatever. But find those people in your building that want the same thing, and surround yourself with those folks. Because I can tell you right now from experience, there's going to be other folks that have a different plan, right? The one that you don't want to be a part of, right? That want to bring down the culture of the building, that don't care about safety. Okay? So please take what you're feeling right now and what you've learned over the last 9 weeks, take that into your building so that you can succeed and you can continue to grow. Super proud of you. I'm in charge of all of the MRAs across the country. We've got 4 schools. We've got about 250 apprentices right now still learning, but I will remember the work that. Thank you very much. Thank you to all the behind the scenes people at Vincennes and Michelle and Jerry and Brett over there. I appreciate all of you. Good luck. Enjoy the weekend and good luck next week.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks to our employer partners. We do have a special distinction. As I said up front, we celebrate the achievement of the group, but also we celebrate some extraordinary achievement. And so Brett is going to do that presentation. And then I think what we'll do is we'll just move from there into the awarding of the certificates. And so Brett will go ahead, he'll read the names, you'll come over in front of the banner, and Jerry and I will hand you your certificates. Michelle's going to take some photos probably, and we will also, family members, if you want to take photos at that time, we'll pause long enough that you can get your photo. But then also, this room's yours after we're done, so you can take as many photos as you want, this, that, and the other. But I would ask also, after everybody's gotten their certificates and we wrap up, we want to get one group photo in front of the banner, but then the banner will be available, everything else will be available too at the conclusion of the ceremony. We got a special presentation today, right? Take it over, Brett.
So they talked about the changes that are going on. And one of the changes for this year that Amazon has asked us to do is to award a graduate distinction from each cohort. And so basically, this is a person who had achieved very high scores on all of the SOCA certification exams. Does his Amazon pre-work for coming here. Was a good student of law here. He has certainly all had nice things to say about him. And then you remember on the day one, you got that big test you took. And then on the last day or next last day, you took it again to see the progression here. And so he scored the highest on that test so far. So this person is Ewang Metuge, and we've got a certification here. Going up. Yeah. Now, we also have some certifications for individual courses based on your scores, SOCA and quiz work and things like that. I didn't get a chance to hand them out beforehand, so after you get your pictures taken and all that, go brush out of the room because we'll go around and find you in the okay. So I think at this point we're ready. Okay. Okay, Scott Allen. Christopher Baxton. Isaiah Baruti. Collette Berry. Nicholas Conrad. St. Alex Hall. Jacob Vincennes. Laura Hamilton. Evan Hunter. Tyson Johnson.
You get it? Okay, all right. Congratulations.
Drake Johnson. Jay Norman. Ian Lankshine. Brock McDonough. Ewang Metuge. Alex Dale. Rivera. Raphael Cohort. Congratulations to all of you. You've all worked hard and accomplish this and take this next step in your life. So I'm all best. And probably if I could have one, it will be make sure you come over. Thank you.
Thanks again. Let's get a group photo.